emergency services can actually operate while the storm is...
ASEAN region is prone to natural hazards and disasters. On average, the ASEAN region suffers natural disaster-related losses amounting up to an estimated $4.4 billion a year. ASEAN member states show solidarity and collective response in assisting affected neighboring countries. The adoption of the ASEAN Agreement on Disaster Management and Emergency Response, or AADMER, reflects ASEAN's strong commitment to reducing losses resulting from disasters and to enhancing ASEAN's collective response to disasters.
The adoption of the ASEAN Agreement on Disaster Management and Emergency Response, or AADMER, reflects ASEAN's strong commitment to reducing losses resulting from disasters and to enhancing ASEAN collective response to disasters.
The establishment of ASEAN Coordinating Center for Humanitarian Assistance on Disaster Management, or the AHA Center, demonstrates how ASEAN has turned policy decisions into concrete actions on the ground. ASEAN Emergency Rapid Assessment Team, ASEAN ERAT.
It's my great honour to participate in this video message to mark the second AADMER Partnerships Conference. The devastation wrought by Typhoon Haiyan in recent days only underlines the importance of ASEAN's work to build its preparedness and response capacity to natural disasters. It reminds us again we live in one of the most disaster-prone regions of the world. Australia remains committed to using regional solutions to prepare for and respond to such disasters. Since the AADMER entered into force in 2009, we have witnessed great strides from all ASEAN countries to better self-manage disaster responses. A most welcome development has been the establishment of the ASEAN Coordinating Center for Humanitarian Assistance, or as we all know it, the AHA Center. Australia has supported the AHA Centre from its very beginning, providing funding to support staffing and operational costs. I witnessed firsthand the operations of the AHA Centre when I visited during the October Philippines earthquake, and I was impressed by what I saw. The Centre has recently marked its second anniversary, and under Pak Said Faisal's leadership is going from strength to strength. As I speak, the AHA Centre faces its biggest challenge to date, supporting the region's efforts by coordinating regional assistance for communities affected by Typhoon Haiyan. I can only reiterate, Australia stands ready in solidarity with ASEAN to meet this and subsequent challenges. Thank you.
We've been involved in cooperation from the very beginning of the AHA Center through ACD and so forth, and we decided to help set up the ICT mechanism within AHA Center so that you could have an access to the early information as early as possible and could share among within the AHA Center. That was a phase number one, and we also decided to facilitate connecting or information sharing, facilitating the information sharing among AHA Center and other National Disaster Management Office of respective ASEAN countries. So this is the second batch of the ICT program. We also wish to be helpful to the people in distress. We wish to mitigate the hardships that people are experiencing on the ground. So that's why we also decided to help set up the Suban Logistics Center. And as I had said before, now the Suban Center has been operational. But when we talk about disaster management, I think there are two things, two sides. One thing is about humanitarian cause. People help other people in distress out of humanitarian cause. I think this is quite important because this is something which keep us closer. And when we had that disaster in Tohoku area, we had such a huge amount of assistance coming from all over ASEAN, even from the remotest place of ASEAN, and that kept us, made us feel quite close to ASEAN people. And ASEAN community building will not stop there. So I always used to say community building 2015 and beyond. So there will be a continuous cooperation from the part of Japan with ASEAN on disaster management up until 2015 and beyond 2015.
ASEAN Day on Disaster Management to generate more public interest in disaster risk reduction and to increase disaster awareness in the ASEAN region. A humanitarian call. The ASEAN response to Cyclone Nargis as the lessons ASEAN has learned in the wake of Nargis 2008. The ASEAN Disaster Risk Financing and Insurance Forum represents the first step of ASEAN member states toward coming up with a regional disaster risk financing and insurance as part of a comprehensive disaster risk management strategy at both regional and national levels. From risk to resilience. ASEAN Strategy on Disaster Risk Assessment. Undertaken to implement the AADMER flagship project on ASEAN-wide disaster risk assessment. The implementation of AADMER work program is also supported through building a collective and reliable disaster management with partners. Are you in? Risk assessment, early warning and monitoring. 1. Further develop systems and capacities in conducting ASEAN-wide disaster risk assessments. 2. Strengthen disaster monitoring and response system. Prevention and mitigation. 1. Build disaster-resilient ASEAN cities. 2. Strengthen institutional and policy frameworks and enhancing integrated planning for DRR. Preparedness and response. 1. Further strengthen ASEAN's response mechanisms that have been put in place, that is, AHA Center, ASEAN ERAT, ASEAN SASOP, ASEAN Standby Arrangements. Disaster Emergency Logistics System. 2. Strengthen civil-military coordination in humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. 3. Strengthen working mechanisms in responding to disasters with UN OCHA, reputable civil society and NGOs in ASEAN. 4. Develop synergy and establish coordination with other ASEAN-related mechanisms in humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, in particular ADMM, ADMM+, EAS, and ARF. Recovery. 1. Produce a disaster recovery toolkit. 2. Mobilizing resources for post-disaster recovery. AADMER institutionalization. 1. Set up teams of AADMER advocates in ASEAN member states. Partnership and resource mobilization. 1. Develop partnership frameworks. 2. Implement AADMER's resource mobilization strategy. Information management and communication technology. 1. Strengthen ICT's connectivity and interoperability between AHA Center and the NDMOs. 2. Put in place communication systems and tools and test them through regular exercises. Outreach and mainstreaming. 1. promote a culture of disaster resilience in ASEAN and awareness on AADMER through annual commemoration of the ASEAN Day for Disaster Management, or AADM. Training Knowledge and Management System. 1. Establish ASEAN Network of Disaster Management Training Institutes, DMTIs, certification system and trainers pool. 2. Strengthen AHA Center's website and its knowledge management tool. We welcome you to the second AADMER Partnership Conference.